Hey, what's going on everybody? Mitch here, and I'm back, and I'm excited about a new game that's hopefully coming out soon-ish. Now I do have to say what you're watching right now is Arma 3, and it's the Air Cav Vietnam mod with a NAM, spelled N-A-M, map. And if you own Arma 3, you can get both of those through the Steam Workshop. Now that's not the game I wanted to talk to you about, but it is fitting for two reasons. One, it's because it's in the same genre of the game I wanted to talk to you about. And two, if you followed me on Twitter, you would know I recently upgraded my ancient GTX 670, and I can finally run Arma 3 somewhat successfully, even though I do stutter with this mod. I think that's mostly because it's in the jungle and it's just heavy performance use. But that's neither here nor there. Tripwire Interactive, the developers of games like Red Orchestra 1 and 2 and Rising Storm, have announced finally they are developing Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. Now that's a surprise there, the Vietnam part. Now let me take a moment and apologize if you already knew about this release. I may be late to the game, but I recently found out about it watching PAX coverage, and I got really excited when I heard about it. So back off topic for a second, if you already knew about this game's pending release, well not pending, but development, where did you hear about it? And also, are there any other exciting FPSs or shooter games that you've heard about coming out soon or being developed? I'm just genuinely curious because I definitely need to step up my game release knowledge. Now getting back on topic, I am really excited for this game and for many reasons, but two stand out more than any. First reason is Tripwire themselves. Their shooters are very gritty and they don't forgive mistakes, which are the kind of games I enjoy. They also tend to strike a good balance between map size. You're not crammed into a close quarters combat all the time, but you're not miles and miles away from the action, which is the issue with Squad at this moment, but hopefully that'll get fixed once they have vehicles. Once again, off point, but I'm going to find it really interesting if they can continue this trend with the Vietnam game. And the reason I feel that way, it seems like Vietnam lends itself to larger maps, and the recent PAX interviews seem to point to that. So hopefully with the scale it'll seem fitting to the time period. The second reason I'm excited about Rising Storm 2 Vietnam is Vietnam is kind of a rare setting for war games. The last Vietnam shooter I can remember enjoying, I mean full release because I do enjoy this Arma 3 mod, was Battlefield 1942 Vietnam. And I'm genuinely curious why this is, why so many don't tackle this time period. Are we not far enough removed from Vietnam to comfortably make video games surrounding it? And as a veteran of Operation Enduring Freedom, the war in Afghanistan, I find it interesting when companies and people find it okay and are able to separate the emotions from the conflicts and move on with a project like a video game. Obviously no one has a problem with making World War II games, and I wonder if that is because there's just been enough time between the conflicts, or if there's just so much source material they can pick a wide range of things to cover. Either way, I'm just genuinely curious about it. I personally have no problem with them making war games, but Tripwire is definitely tackling this time period, and it seems like, as always, are trying to stay as true to the conflict as possible. One way they're doing this, they're bringing in some iconic weapons of the era, like the original M16 of course, the M60 machine gun, or as I like to call it, the Gun of Rambo, the RPG-7, and also the SKS, which if you watch one of my previous videos you would know I almost had a tragic run-in with that weapon. And there are many more weapons they are adding to this game, and I'm sure they'll add more in the future as well, along with the modding community, hopefully, that'll develop around this game. Now, Tripwire's trailers have also shown napalm strikes, which I'm sure and seem to be an off-map call-in, and they also show Huey helicopters, which as of recording this, Tripwire seems to be incredibly silent about, so I don't know if that's going to be player-controlled. Never seen a flying vehicle in a Red Orchestra or a Rising Storm game, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Things like napalm airstrikes and Huey helicopters lead me into why this conflict poses a unique challenge in war games. The US forces were more advanced technology-wise, and the North Vietnamese primarily had to rely on their local knowledge and the assistance from China and the Soviet Union. Tripwire does seem to be embracing this mismatch though, and are stressing the asymmetry of this conflict. The US may have had all the technology, but they were slow and didn't have as intimate knowledge of the area as the Vietnamese did. And on the other side, the Vietnamese may be poorly equipped relatively to the US, but they are fast and nimble and elusive even, and can take advantage of their home turf. So it'll be really interesting to see how they balance this out, and hopefully we'll get a taste of it very soon. So please let me know what you think about this upcoming title, and once again, if there are any other FPSs out there that you know of and are looking forward to, please let me know. I included a link in the description below to Tripwire Interactive's first trailer for Rising Storm 2 Vietnam. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please have a great day.
Rip.
Grid 072, Niner 80. Mac, grid 072, Niner 80.
Taking fire!
Taking fire!
I'm hit.
Soldier, grid 072, Niner 80.
This isn't very good.
Right, guys.
Pepper.
Take it slow.
Rifleman, grid 072, Niner 80.